After a gruesome 11-hour trip from Georgia, we arrived in South Bend, Indiana, with an S25Z being our first of many trains we'd catch from Ariel, New Jersey to Chicago, Illinois. After about 15 minutes, our next train, an S21Z, rolls by South Bend, Indiana, westbound from Rutherford, Pennsylvania to Chicago, Illinois. Later that afternoon, we catch the eastbound run of South Shore Line's commuter train 509 as it approaches South Bend Airport from Millennium Station in Chicago, Illinois. Shortly after catching the South Shore commuter, we catch NS-22W from Chicago, Illinois to Rutherford, Pennsylvania, with a UP C45AH trailing second, as well as a few friendly toots from the engineer. Keep in mind that this is a quiet zone, but we'd experienced this many more times along our trip. Making a quick turnaround came South Shore Line's commuter train 510 about 30 minutes after 509 ran eastbound. I'm not sure as to why the South Shore is permitted to blow the horn while NS isn't, but I didn't question it, as the P3 sounded wonderful. We stayed out about 45 more minutes where we then catch our final train of the day, an S30Q with a very colorful consist from Chicago, Illinois to Elkhart, Indiana. I'd later learn the consequences of not changing the settings on the camera before filming, which you'll see here shortly. 2 days later, we decided to check out the railfan friendly location being the South Bend Amtrak station. This station was originally built in 1970 and served the South Shore lines as well as Amtrak, but now it only serves Amtrak as well as run-through freights on the NS Chicago line. Before any trains could run through, though, we had to wait on a westbound high railer that happened to be inspecting one of the main lines. It was a pleasure to see them, though, as they didn't seem to be bothered by our presence here. Approximately 25 minutes after the high railer went by, we then see westbound manifest 17N from Conway, Pennsylvania to Elkhart, Indiana. Unless the symbol has changed, I'm unsure on the odd routing, as this should have terminated in Elkhart, Indiana. The engineer on this train gave us a friendly blow of the horn as mentioned earlier in the video. Surprisingly, all trains we would catch here today would do the same regardless of the quiet zone. Next up behind the supposed 17N, we have NS25Z, originating in Ariel, New Jersey to Chicago, Illinois, giving the same single horn blast as the first. Our final train at South Bend Station today would be eastbound Sand Train 60X from Bentonville, Illinois to Mingo Junction, Ohio. This train was rather exciting, being nothing but foreign power, high speed, and many friendly blasts of the horn. Our last two trains would be a phenomenal rolling meet between BC-93, which I unfortunately don't know the origin of, and 21Z from Rutherford, Pennsylvania to Chicago, Illinois. The next day, we started our day by doing some external activities outside of just railfanning, but while we didn't end up catching it, I thought I'd note the solo BNSF leader on an eastbound train waiting for clearance on the Canadian National South Bend subdivision. After conducting our activities, we quickly headed back to the Chicago line to witness the eye-catching contest on 34G from Chicago, Illinois to Elkhart, Indiana, with another blast of the horn through the quiet zone. As we made our way down the line, we caught NS-20K from Chicago, Illinois to Croxton, New Jersey. After arriving to our destination, NS-21Z would quickly surprise us as we didn't have much time to set up, originating in Rutherford, Pennsylvania to Chicago, Illinois. As the day continued, being surprised would become a common occurrence as 20R from Chicago, Illinois to Newark, New Jersey cleared the junction. Quickly after 20R went by, NS-205 from Buffalo, New York to Chicago, Illinois flew by with WPs up front. Those two blasts of the horn were the result of 64E's conductor informing the engineer of our presence and to say hello. This train originates in Chicago, Illinois and terminates in Linden, New Jersey. As the time went by, we got smarter and decided to test lifting the tripod over the top of the fence for a clearer shot. This train is CP234 from Gibson, Indiana to Toronto, Ontario. Shortly after 2:34, 25V came through from Elizabethport, New Jersey to Chicago, Illinois. Our last train of the day would be NS26N from Chicago, Illinois to Sandusky, Ohio, with a solo UP up front. As we concluded our time here in South Bend, Indiana, we finally caught a CN train coming off the Canadian National South Bend subdivision, with the engineer kindly ending off our trip with 2 blasts of the horn. eventful week complete, we were glad to say we had fun visiting special places, seeing fantastic trains, and remembering rare relics of the past. And I hope to once again have the privilege to provide such content to you guys in the future. With all this being said, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy my content and wish to see more. And as always, I will catch you guys trackside.